Bray and Moultrie are out. This is huge news. This is awesome. Bray and Moultrie were the two jokers running the UAP task force who testified before Congress and lied and lied and lied. And we'll get into some of that later. But yeah, Bray and Moultrie are out. This is awesome. Get in here. This is Jack Connor with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of future videos. Please comment on the story as I'm going through it. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. I'd love it if you would share these videos when they drop on social media. If you wanted to support the channel and help me spend more time on Cosmic Road and make these videos as good as I can make them, please consider becoming a channel member to receive exclusive access and videos. See the first line in the description below. Or you can simply leave a tip in the tip jar with the super thanks feature below, right next to the like button. Another fun way you can support the channel, I'm a novelist. I write fantasy, science fiction books. You can find me on Amazon, Jack Connor. That's one of my books right there, The Atomic Sea. All right, this is going to be a great story. I'm so excited about this news. This is so great. I mean, we'll see how it shakes out in the days ahead, but at least the early indications are that the new task force or AARO, whatever it's going to be called, is going to be free of Bray and Moultrie. And where I'm getting this, I will just read it to you. This is from Twitter, the Twitter account of Christopher Sharp, who is the founder and editor-in-chief of Liberation Times and a senior contributing journalist at the Daily Mail based in London. And he says, as per the NDAA, and that's the bill that will be signed into law very shortly, formalizing the creation of this new program and its parameters, as well as things like whistleblower protection. It's a very long section of the bill. Anyway, here's what Chris says. As per NDAA, AARO will directly report to Kathleen Hicks and Stacy Dixon, who is the Deputy Director of National Intelligence, on all operational and security matters. It will only report to OU, SDI&S in relation to administrative issues, meaning Moultrie, etc., including Bray, will be bypassed. That is awesome. I love it. I love it. As he continues, as a reminder, OUSDINS was Lou Elizondo's old office where personnel attempted to undermine his investigation efforts. From my understanding, Chris says, Gary Reed still has allies there. So this is good news. I will provide a link to that Twitter thread below. But that's the meat of it. Basically, Bray and Moultrie are out. Why is this such a good thing? Well, just look at the testimony that they gave before Congress. They were asked a whole series of questions and had the chance to really open the doors to all of this fascinating stuff, and they totally blew it. Worse than blow it, they were telling lies. What lies, you ask? Well, let's take the glowing green pyramids that were hovering over the U.S. warship. They said, it's an artifact of the lens and how it, catches the light, which is total BS. And they weren't getting that information from Travis Taylor, who was the chief scientist of the UAP task force. He would have been making the determination if it was an artifact of the lens or not. And he did not make that determination. He says it was a truly anomalous object. So where did they get that narrative that they ran with before Congress, that it was a lens artifact? Well, that is the question, right? Under whose power are they? Do they represent the control group? Are they being pressured in some way by the control group? The Area 51 guys, the breakaway group, MJ-12, whatever you want to call them. Are Bray and Moultrie in service to them? Is that why they lied before Congress? Or are they under the influence of somebody else? I have no idea whose influence they are under, but they are clearly liars who advanced a false narrative before Congress that was at odds with the guy who actually would have been making the determination on that particular video. So what the hell, right? What were they up to? They were clearly trying to suppress the UFO topic and minimize this before the public. They knew this was going to go public, and they knew everybody was watching this, and they wanted to debunk the glowing green pyramids over the U.S. warship. Why do they want to do that? Well, that's the question. Did they want to control the unfolding narrative that, the unfolding disclosure to soft pedal it? I mean, that's the generous way to look at it, to say that, well, they have this plan for disclosure and they're slowly rolling this stuff out. Gradually they're going to let us know about the ships they have in their possession. Later down the line, they'll let us know about, bodies possibly, and alien abductions, and then maybe there's a plan for how to unfold this to the public, and they have to acclimate us to these various realities one step at a time. So it's possible that Bray and Moultrie were following some sort of agenda, some sort of long-term disclosure policy, and that is why they lied before Congress. Possible. That would be the generous way to look at it. And I'm not saying that that's what, didn't happen. It's, totally possible. But we do know that they lied to Congress about a truly anomalous object that has different points of verification. There were witnesses, human witnesses. We have it on radar. Multiple objects that were blinking in and out of existence. They said it was a lens artifact. So, I don't know. What do you think? Under whose influence are they? Are they carrying out a long-term disclosure agenda, or are they under the control of some, power in the Pentagon that just doesn't like dealing with this stuff? Or are they under the control of the control group, and who has been suppressing this stuff forever, possibly sometimes very violently? At the very least, they've been brainwashing the public for 70 years on this issue, and it seems like Bray and Moultrie's testimony before Congress was continuing that brainwashing. At least that's my take on it. And so it is with great joy that I have to say that Bray and Moultrie are out. They are being bypassed. It is going to Kathleen Hicks. I don't know much about her. She's still with the Department of Defense, and I don't know what her, history is on UFOs or UAP, how honest she's going to be, how transparent she's going to be. My guess is not super transparent, but possibly she won't advance false narratives like Bray and Moultrie. Time will tell. I wish all of this would come out of the Department of Defense. I wish it were rooted somewhere else. I mean, ideally somewhere like NASA, if NASA could be trusted, which unfortunately they cannot, despite Bill Nelson, the director of NASA's comments to the contrary, saying that, hey, the Nimitz incident, that was aliens, and we were going to form this commission to get to the bottom of all this. I'm encouraged that at least he's saying that, and, we'll see what happens there. But, ideally, I think that the UFO program within the government that the public has access to or is aware of, and there is going to be some sort of unclassified report from every year, that program ideally would be outside of the Pentagon, where, secrets go to die, So that's my thoughts. But it's still a happy day. Bray and Moultrie are out. Yeah, we're doing the Bray and Moultrie are out dance. Yeah. There's a chance for actual transparency now. We'll see. It's probably a small chance, but I'm going to take it, guys. I'm going to take it. It's also worth noting that they pretended they had never heard of the Admiral Wilson leak. I mean, really? Really? You never heard of the Admiral Wilson leak and you're running the UAP task force? Yeah. And I mean, a congressman actually had to enter the Admiral Wilson leak into the record because Bray and Moultrie had pretended never to have heard of it. Now, I've heard that some of their rationale for saying that was they had never allowed themselves to be briefed on it because they did not want to answer any questions about it. So I think that that is very possibly true, that they at least have this, deniability. Yeah, we never heard of it. We've never been briefed. But of course they knew about it. Otherwise, they would have allowed themselves to be briefed on it. And of course they knew about it because they are under the influence of somebody who's trying to control the narrative on all of this. And that power, whoever that is, knows all about the Admiral Wilson leak. Anyway, those are my thoughts. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Please smash the subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. Please join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. And please, if you enjoy these videos, please consider supporting the channel by becoming a channel member. See the first line in the description below, and there's 2 tiers of membership to receive exclusive access and videos. Until next time, this is Jack with Cosmic Road.